Welcome home. Oh, gotta grab the microphone. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is March 9th, 10:24 a.m. here in the Arizona desert, where it is freezing right now. And of course, it is Wednesday. So BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. I got to update it, but I try to keep it somewhat up to date with indicators that I use and things that I endorse and such like that. So this is interesting. If you've not seen it, I know I referenced this before. But if you've not seen it, I found it over on YouTube, and this is a better quality encoding of Ukraine on Fire. It's by Oliver Stone. It's essential if you want to know what's going on with Ukraine. You want to know some of its history starting back before World War II. This is really, really important stuff. I think a person has to know at least this much history about Ukraine before they can truly understand the situation that is going on right now. This is a nice thing that I found. This is actually somebody over at Trade Genius posted this fact sheet: President Biden to sign executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets. This is that executive order that everybody was quite concerned about. It kind of got either leaked or just, well, I wouldn't say leaked, but basically thrown out there. And it helped. Basically, it's not that bad. I'm not going to go through it here. You All right, let's see if this is working. All right. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just going to start over. I think we had the connection dropped for a second. So let's just start over. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Wednesday, March 9th, 10:28 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there, notes and stuff. There is a fact sheet for the executive order that some say got leaked. It seems to me like it just got released, really. This is the fact sheet on the executive order on crypto that people were worried about. It ended up being positive, the executive order. This kind of breaks down the bullet points and such. I linked to it over in the live chat. So there it is. Okay. And then also, let me click on this link here if I can get it to work. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, moving a little slow here. Some great stuff. Okay, I linked to this over in the live chat. already. This is Ukraine on Fire 2016 by Oliver Stone. This is really an essential documentary, big time, to understand what's going on in Ukraine right now between Ukraine and Russia. It kind of covers the history leading up to World War II. You'll be surprised at Ukraine and some of the stuff that's gone on there. So this is a positive documentary. I really think it's essential right now to understand the situation there. Do yourself a favor and the world and watch it. It will be greatly helpful. It's linked to over in the live chat and Bitcoin Daily View Telegram chat. So once again, fact sheet, the executive order that people were worried about ends up being at least slightly bullish for crypto. So crypto, of course, blasted off today. Interesting news. Now check this out. U.S. is working with Ukraine to prevent biological research facilities from falling into the hands of Russians from Newland. And if you watch Ukraine on Fire, you'll get to know a lot about this glorious human being, Victoria Newland. So she just recently said this, and she's like, hey, we got to protect these things, which supposedly didn't exist. Well, but then she mentions we have to protect them. And what does Russia do? Breaking video. Russia tells the US, we have found your biological weapons. Interesting. So anyway, you can kind of see the deep state definitely is at war back and forth with itself. And trust me, or not trust me, just do your own research. This situation over there is a lot going on. It's multidimensional, it's multi-level, and you're seeing some of that unfold right now. This is powerful stuff. Also, Ukraine ready for diplomatic solution, but won't trade a single inch of territories, Zelensky aide says. Yes, you will. And if you had the upper hand, you would not be negotiating. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? All right. Now, that's just some news because it's good to know what's going on in the world. It helps to know because that helps us to predict the market. And why I say this is an interesting story here, Ukraine being ready for diplomatic solution is if they had the upper hand, if NATO was really helping them, like Poland, and I'm not going to bring it up now because it's just too long, but there's a great article about how Poland sort of didn't really send those jets. They sent them in a way that politically, the way it was structured, the UN and I'm sorry, not the UN, but NATO and America could not really use them. So Poland sort of punted. They reacted to the pressure being put on them, and they did something, but something that actually could not really be used by NATO. Very interesting politics. Poland, which knows what it's like to be genocided from the West and the East, is not getting involved in this. So this also is a very interesting article. Like the reason I mention it is if Ukraine was doing well, and if you watch the Western, especially mainstream media, you would think the Ukraine's already won. Well, they're not negotiating nor handing out AK-47s or AK-74s to their populace that mostly fall in the hands of gangsters and stuff if they were winning. So I predict by the end of the week, they will be giving up some of the eastern part of Ukraine. All right, with that said, and why I like to see this stuff is because I think the quicker this is over, the better, and it's only going to go one way. And let's just hope that it does so quickly without any more bloodshed. Binance, 18.9 billion last 24 hours. It's finally getting its mojo back. Coinbase coming in at 3.3 billion. That's quite nice to see. FTX at 2 billion. Kraken, 1.2 billion if we round it up. Crypto.com exchange, 2.7 billion. We're seeing some beautiful volume across the big exchanges. This is definitely a good volume day. I still would love to see Binance back in the 30 and 50 billions, but you know what? It might just be that now the volume is going to spread across more larger exchanges, not just Binance. So that's a change. It happens. Anyway, nice volume for spot trading. I'm looking at derivatives on Binance. That's where I get my read is there at 62 billion. 50 is a good enough day. 60 is a better day. 70 plus is a really, really great day. So Binance got nice derivatives going on right now. All right. And also look, all the big exchanges are pumping up the volume. The volume is slowly increasing. I like to see that. So good volume. Looking at, I think it dumped on me here. Where's it at? Yeah, for some reason, Cryptometer, which I really like to compare volume from is just not happening here. So, oh, it came back. Cool. So let's go here. Bitcoin trading volume explicitly is 5.4 billion if we round it up. That's wonderful. It's been hard to get above 3 billion recently. Now we are way above that. We're above 4 billion. 5.4 billion if we round it up is amazing. Binance almost 3 billion. Coinbase 1.2 billion. All the big exchanges are doing quite well. That's nice to see. Looking at cryptometer, darn it, which is going to refresh on me now. Okay, there we go. Cryptometer.io says 5.9 billion, a bit more, than Bitcoin trading volume.com. That's fine. Somewhere in the middle, there is the truth. It's up 39%. Market buy orders are up 50%. Market sell orders are down 27%. Good day. Once again, 5.9 billion versus 5.4 billion is pretty darn close. I like it when they kind of agree. So that's good to go. Looking at the market, the top 100 cryptos today, they're mostly all in the green. Oh my gosh, Terra up 22%. Let me find it. Where is Solana only up 5.4%? XRP up 6.3%. Shiba Inu is up 4.3%. Monero up 10%. Thorchain, the coolest crypto out there because its ticker is Rune and it's Thorchain, and I don't care what it does. I like it. Anyway, Synthetics Network Token, whatever that does, SNX, it's up 21%. We definitely have, the market is just freaking straight up going crazy today. So let's check out some of these. We'll check out Thorchain and SHIB as we check out today. So things are looking good. Longs versus shorts sentiment on Binance, 53% long, 46% short for Bitcoin. Then for Ethereum, 60% long, 39% short. So in general, we have a long bias for Ethereum, that's for sure. Barely a long bias right now for Bitcoin, probably because it's pumped so far. Now, why is the market becoming Aright, as I called this video? Because it is. It's becoming Aright. It's becoming sort of righteousness and as it should be. The market, that's what I'm seeing at least. I like the trends that I'm seeing today. We'll rock through this real quick. We'll look at them and get out of here. So Bitcoin, no, not Bitcoin. Gold. Gold on top, silver on the bottom. Gold's been pumping. Gold is now taking a dump. I'm sure that, Peter Schiff is right now drunk in his bathtub contemplating the end. So it was above 2,000 for a bit, and now it's plummeting, as it probably should. Great run up. You made your money. It's retracing some. That learn to live with it. Gold bugs. Silver right now, it made a beautiful run up and now it's retracing. This is really natural. Both of these are above here on the daily chart. They're above important moving averages. They're great. Now we're seeing a retrace. And that, to me, it's great. Once you get your retrace, if you've made enough money, if you were riding this thing, now it's going to retrace down. Let's see where it retraces to. Maybe the 382, maybe the .5. Even if it goes back to the .5 fib level, that's 1,925. That ain't bad. That's a nice pump. So let's see where this thing finds traction, and let's see where gold finds traction and retraces. This, to me, just shows some sanity in the market. To me, it kind of it's emblematic of world peace. PaxG, basically a gold bought with Bitcoin. As you can see, it's been running up recently in this channel. Bitcoin's been kind of weak. But here's one of the risks of this PaxG versus BTC trade. If Bitcoin moves and gold falters, as you can see here, you really lose your ass hard. So anyway, I'm going to stop looking at that because PaxG is out of the running. Once again, people, get your storable food, by golly. Get the extra bag of rice and beans and stuff like that, because look at wheat futures. That's insane. Although they are coming down a bit. See, what is it? It's ZC, right? That is corn futures. Corn futures been pumping big time, but they're coming down. So the food commodities are beginning to come down a little bit. I like seeing that. That's not the worst thing in the world. This is confusing, but I want to look at it. So US dollars bought with rubles on top. You've been making money. It's still, we're beginning to go sideways. This is a daily chart. So US dollars bought with rubles. Well, you're making some money. I'm sure that the Russian oligarchs did that to a great extent, probably physical dollars for them. Anyway, that's been going sideways. It's not quite pumping like it was. And that makes sense because if we look at the over here, bottom right here, dollar strength index dumping hard. So basically, we're seeing a USD bought with rubles. You've been making a lot of money. It's beginning to go sideways. I like seeing that. There's reasons for that. Okay. The rubles bought with USD. Okay. If you bought rubles with USD, you've been losing money hardcore, but now today you are friggin' Lambo mode. You're pumping like a shit coin. You really are. So oil crashes. I'll check out oil, crude. Anyway, so this is just good. It just shows that the pure. So here's the ruble, and as you can see, it's been just dumping so damn hard. So if you were to have bought rubles with USD, you've been losing money like crazy. We just had a massive friggin' turnaround, pumping. What's going on? Well, I'm just going to throw some eclectic stuff out there. I think this kind of stuff is going on. I think that the NATO push to get in there with Poland kind of snubbing them. I wish I'd had some stories up for that, but Poland kind of snubbed the UN basically and said, we're not going to go along with this. They sent jets that were politically impossible to use, okay, to support the effort. And now this, Russia is like, dude, we got your biolabs, and dude, they're there. Okay, don't make this about being a sports team, and don't make it about some kind of half-assed moral victory. Those labs were there. They were bad stuff. Russia's got them. Now they have the evidence. This is going to have to end pretty quick, or it will escalate into too many truth bombs hitting the world stage about some of the nefarious deeds that some people who were there in 2014 made happen. And that's why you got to watch Ukraine on Fire 2016. The people who made the tragedies happen at that time are now in power, and their labs just got busted. I mean, busted, by the Ruskies. So anyway, ruble against the dollar has been freaking dying. Now it's pumping. If you bought, the ruble with USD, having bought, sorry, I get confused. If you bought USD with rubles, you were making money on the top. If you bought rubles with you, if you bought USD with rubles, you were making money. Okay. And for a while here in the middle, if you bought rubles with USD, you were losing, but you just made a big gain today. I wonder who had the insider information and bought right here. Somebody did. Somebody did. Because in the end, as we've learned historically, there's never multiple sides to these conflicts at the very, very top. So with that said, crude oil here on the bottom, dumping hard. So recently, I think it actually, at least futures hit like 130. Well, right now, today, we are dumping hard for the oil futures, down to 109. So we definitely are dumping oil prices today. Crude oil is dumping. So we're seeing some things happen in the market. What's making these things happen in the background? Is it not interesting? Interesting to me, at least. So S&P 500 top left, pumping today. Russell 2000 S&P 500 top left, pumping. Russell 2000 index, bottom left, pumping. Dow Jones Industrial Average, top right, pumping. US dollar strength index, DXY, dumping. There's something going on in the world. There's something going on. Something changed this morning. And it wasn't just the executive order on crypto not being so terrible. So daily chart, as you can see, we have made a powerful 786 bounce. So ultimately, this is interesting. It's not just the crypto market which is pumping. It is ultimately looking at the big markets here, the big indexes. Traditional markets doing pretty good too. So maybe that was caused by crypto pumping. I don't know. Something's going on in the world. Anyway, sometimes the news that is superficial is only kind of to get your attention to make you think that's it. There's somebody actually hiding other things behind that. So interesting. Anyway, Bitcoin on daily chart makes a powerful 786 fib bounce as I have drawn it. We are approaching that 618 golden pocket. If we can get there and hold on, that's definitely a wonderful, wonderful thing. So if we can get above like 43,200, 43,300, we're definitely back in that 618 pocket. And it is definitely Lambo time. I like what I'm seeing. Also, something else which is extremely positive. I think we just had a positive MACD cross on the daily. That is extreme optimism in the market. Money is going to come in. I like it. All right, now looking at the 4-hour chart, this is the same Fibonacci sequence you're seeing. I'm just zooming in a little bit more. Beautiful, 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 beautiful 786 bounce. You can see the blue diamond merit badge, meaning that we broke through the 314, the 200 moving average at the same moment. Bam! Directional index in the green, ADX is in a good spot. Squeeze indicator looking good. SMU binary candles are wonderful. KRI is looking good. Stochastic RSI shows we're going to have to cool off a little bit and go sideways for a bit. And so does the wave twin oscillator by Lazy Bear on the bottom. So beautiful pump. 4-hour chart above the important moving averages. If we can hold that, especially if we can get back in that 618 golden pocket above around 43,200, we are straight up going to hold this pump. All right. Now, you know, I try to make this sound like a monster truck race because for me, it is. You might have paid for a whole seat to watch this podcast, but you'll only need the edge. Anyway, so as you can see down here, we've been working this range for a while on the 45-minute chart. We had here's where people were shorting right here in the red. Of course, they're buying down here in the green. The whales love that. It gives them this beautiful range that they can work. They're on the phone with each other. They're dumping, they're pumping, market order buys and sells, etc. They're keeping it right in there and they're making money. So with that said, bam, powerful break above the 200 and the 314 moving average. 200 is white. The blue one is the 314. Blue diamond merit badge. That's a good thing. Bam, we are rocket shipping to Pluto. This is wonderful. We are riding on top of this RSI cave here, so we probably won't pump much further. We're going to see some sideways action, and the stochastic RSI on the 4-hour chart definitely does reflect it's about time to go sideways a little bit. But that is just fine. I think we're going to hold this positive momentum. ZEC is another one that I saw, and one of the reasons that I wanted to look at ZEC is because, well, Zcash, it's reflecting of a lot of alts right now. It pumped hard. It's beginning to go sideways with Bitcoin, but the indicators are all back in a good spot. And also it's above the 200 moving average, along with making a powerful blue diamond merit badge break above the 200 and 314 moving average. Let's look at SHIB versus USDT, or British pound sterling, if we want to see that. Okay, SHIB is looking good. So SHIB's had a hard time recently. It's a 45-minute chart. Let's pull in a lot of data. Actually, let's pull in first a 4-hour chart. Was an old fib sequence there. So anyway, yeah, I mean, SHIB really, it pumped like crazy earlier a few months ago, a few weeks ago, a few months ago. It really pumped. I mean, oh my gosh, as you can see here, SHIB just, it had an extreme run. I mean, what if we do if we look at this, forecast that, how far was that? That was like 1,207% in 28 days. I mean, it made some money. And I'll tell you what, I made some money off of it too. So anyway, but here's the thing, why I like this chart, and for people who are SHIB holders who got in on it while it was, pumping, but they're in the red now, this is important. We have a beautiful, beautiful dump. It's been giving a lot back. And once you've given a lot back after a nice run like the original one we see here, the run up, this is when you're going to start to see some reversal. So here's the thing. Let's just fire up a Fibonacci sequence here. We'll go from here, we'll go to here, pull in a lot of time. And as you can see, what's really happening here, we've been riding the 786 fib level. The 200 moving average has been riding the 786 fib level. That's reasonable. You can see here we've had some very, very positive signs. Blue diamond merit badges, those are nice. When you start collecting those, it's always a good thing. So now we're starting to see some positive action here. Let's go to a 45-minute chart. Okay, we're going to pull in some more indicators. I'm sorry about that. Let's pull in some more indicators here. All right. And what do we see here? Get this thing open here. This is beautiful. So to zero in, We definitely broke above the 200 moving average, not the 200 and the 314 moving average, but still now we're doing this thing which can you can go either way, but it's all right. We're seeing where we're going to bounce between the 200 and the 314 for a while. We will probably break out. If the market's healthy, SHIB's going to make a move. Directional index is in the green, ADX is in the right spot. Squeeze indicator shows the upwards momentum, but it's trailing off a little bit. SME binary candles show upwards momentum. KRI is looking good. Stochastic RSI is looking good. Wave channel offset by laser bear here on the bottom is looking good. We ran hard. We're cooling off. These indicators look like they're going to get about ready to turn back up. Stochastic RSI is a great way to see where you're at, in my opinion. And the stochastic RSI and the, here we go. Stochastic RSI. As you can see, we're down here in the oversold zone. But let's look at the hourly chart. Hourly chart tends to be the most accurate here. Yeah, we're not quite oversold enough yet, but I would expect a turnaround on SHIB versus USDT pretty soon. So honestly, here's the thing: if SHIB, cools off a little bit here, hits that 200 moving average, the white one there, and then continues a little bit of sideways action and moves up. This is not a bad spot as long as it does not give it all back, as in go below the 200 moving average. If we do get a bounce there, and we start moving up, kind of maybe even bouncing between the 214 and the 314 and the 200 moving average, we're going to see a breakout there. So this is a very strong chart. Looks good. We've given a lot back. If Bitcoin stays healthy, SHIB definitely is going to catch up. So myself, I might start hedging in a little bit of a position again. Actually, I have a huge bag from back in the day, so I'm with y'all SHIB people. We're gonna have a good 2022. Just a matter of when things start to turn around. SHIB versus BTC, where can you do that? Only on Bitfinex NAS Group. We don't do that. Let's check out Ruin. That one was doing really, really well. Rune versus USDT. Binance and KuCoin has that. So does Polynex. So everyone should be able to trade this. Oh, damn. This is beautiful. Okay. This is a damn nice chart. So Rune versus USDT. Check that out. You got this beautiful run up. Bam. You've got your Blue Diamond Merit Badge. Look at that. That's wonderful. Beautiful 200 314 moving break, hitting top of the RSI cave right now. I would say it may have some more push in it, but we're probably going to see a retrace pretty soon here. That is a lot of push. Let this thing retrace. If it starts to turn back around, either when it hits the 200 moving average or before, when this thing starts moving back up, if these indicators look strong, it's Lambo time. This could be a very, very strong play. So I dig it. Let's look at Rune on the 4-hour chart to get some more perspective. Oh yeah, this is friggin' glorious. This is glorious. Kind of chart that I really, really love seeing, okay? Because as you can see here on Ruin, obviously, once again, I love these kind of charts. You've given a lot back, and now what's happening? You're starting to see some Blue Diamond Merit Badges, bonk, bonk on that 200 moving average. That's a 4-hour chart. That's very, very powerful. This thing is getting ready to run. Can I pull in a 45-minute chart like this? No, that's 30. Wait, about 45. Can we even see that? Anyway, guys, I don't want to belabor this. I know everybody wants to get going, but Ruin definitely, in my opinion, this is looking like a very interesting play. Also, I'm kind of curious. So Ruin is on a good number of exchanges. How about Ruin versus BTC? Where can you play that? Binance and KuCoin. Come on, everyone's got Binance or KuCoin. So let's look on Binance only because it has more volume than KuCoin. Oh, look at that. It's pushing hard against Bitcoin. Indicators look good. I'm going to watch Rune versus Bitcoin. Right now, I'm going to put an alert in. Okay. I'm going to say Rune crossing. Mine's a little bit convoluted here. But basically, I'm going to look at crossing that 200 moving average. Send me an alert when that happens. If it can hold that, and depending on what Bitcoin is doing, Rune versus Bitcoin could be a way to make some sweet sats. Once again, let's look at a 4-hour chart just to get slightly more perspective here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Rune against BTC. That's what I like seeing. A long, long downtrend. It's given a lot back. It's going to start to move again. So with that said, I'm watching this thing anyway. Remember, everybody, we are in interesting times. Remember, It's okay to be Russian. It's okay to be Ukrainian. It's just not okay to be NATO. Anyway, remember who actually is behind all this crap and what's going on. So for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you are making a statement and an investment in a belief towards a utopian, beautiful future for humanity. And, how do we stop the wars that are going on, the craziness that's going on? Bitcoin, the peaceful revolution. I do truly believe that. I'm glad you're a part of it. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys soon.